Hey art friends, welcome to today's how-to. Today we'll be learning how to draw Easter bunny stitch. So first we're going to get started, and on the left side of our face we're going to curve this line around and then in. And then we'll line this up at the same height on the right hand side, leaving a gap and replicating that. Let's close this off on the top now with a curved line. And then we're going to do the same thing on the bottom. Now stepping over, we're going to start on the right, curving this line around and then out, and then moving over to the left. Let's replicate that shape. Let's thicken up on top now, so we're going to draw in another curved line, bringing that across, just filling that in. Now stepping in for the pupil in the corner, we're going to curve this line around and then back in the corner. And then on the top, we're going to draw in a nice big circle for the highlight. Now in the center for the nose, we're going to curve this line over and then moving underneath, arching this line back around and then up on the right. On both sides, we're going to curve this line across. Now moving up, let's draw in an arch line. And then again, replicating that, just making it smaller. Now let's draw in the mouth. So on the left-hand side, we're going to curve this line around and then in. And then we'll replicate that on the right. And now on the bottom, we're going to close this off with a nice big arch line. And then in both corners, we're just going to curve this line down. Now from here for the teeth, we're going to curve this line up. And then moving across again, replicating that. Now moving down, replicating that again. And then one more time as we move in towards the middle. Now for the tongue, we're going to arch this line over. And then we're going to replicate that again as we move across. Now let's draw in the headband up above. So we're going to curve this line over and then down. And then we're going to draw in Stitch's ears. So coming down on the right, we're going to curve this line over and out. We'll line this up at the same height on the left-hand side and replicate that. Now from here on the right, we're going to continue to extend this over and in. On the left, we're going to draw in a sideways letter V. We'll do the same on the right. And then now from here, we're just going to curve this line in towards the side. Now moving out, we're going to curve this line out, up, and then over. And now bringing this line over, we're just going to curve this line across on both sides. Now let's draw on the bunny ear. So on the right hand side, we're going to curve this line around and then over. And then again, starting back on this line, we're going to curve this line down towards our ear and then arching that back up. Now we're going to curve this line down, leaving a gap on the left hand side. Let's arch this line around and then back in. Stepping over towards the inside, let's replicate that shape. On the right hand side, on the top, we're going to curve this line up towards the bottom. And then stepping down again, let's replicate that. In the middle for the hair, we're going to curve this line down. We're going to do the same thing on the right, making that smaller. And then again, one last time. Now from here, let's move down and draw in the feet. So coming down on a diagonal, we're going to curve this line in. We'll leave a gap coming over on the right, replicating that. Let's move across again, arching that over. From that point, curving this line down. And now again, one last time. Closing this off on the bottom, let's arch this line around and then back up. And now in each open space, we're just going to draw in a small circle. And now in the middle, we're going to draw in a nice big oval. Now on both sides, we're going to curve this line up towards our chin. And then we're going to arch this line out. Now stepping in for the arm, curving this line over. And then again from that corner, curving this line down. Now for the hand, we're going to curve this line across 4 times. We'll do the same thing on the left. And now in each open space, we're just going to draw in a small triangle for the claw. Let's close this off on the bottom with a curved line. Stepping in towards the top, we're going to arch this line in. And then for the hair on the middle, curving this line up. And then moving over to the left, replicating that. And then now let's draw some Easter eggs. So on the right, we're going to draw in a sideways oval. On the left-hand side, we're going to curve this line around and then down. And then again, one more time, just drawing in another sideways oval. And that is it. That's how you draw Easter Bunny stitch. You can pause the video and color it the way that I have done, or you can change your colors up if you'd like. If you enjoyed today's video, please hit that thumbs up button and subscribe to the channel, and also drop a comment below suggesting any more characters that you'd love to learn to draw next. Thanks so much for joining me on today's tutorial, and I will see you all on the next one.